Hello, this is Decoherent, and welcome back to some more Torment Tides of Numenera. Folks, I am really excited to be here. The last couple days have been really tough in this game, frankly. I beat my head against that stupid fight. I stopped actually recording them after a while. 13, 14, 15 times at about 5 minutes apiece. At least that many recorded. It was so frustrating. I didn't even want to come back and play. And to come back and accidentally click through and find a new dialogue option that let me avoid the fight was just this epiphany. So I'm so happy. I'm a little sad that I had to go back and even inadvertently change the way I'd played the game, but, well, here we are. So things are working out well. So we've got a couple things lined up here. We have this Twisted Merecaster that we're going to go poke at, of course, because that's how we roll. I'm still looking for someone to help with Eridus. Someone knowledgeable, maybe a doctor. I don't know who that's going to be. I am going to take a few minutes here and just run around here and talk to everybody. I don't think that our buddy here, Blobba3, is going to have anything different to say to us. Because he doesn't care about... Let's see here. What did you learn from this experience? Oh, that's interesting. Did he ask us this last time? You climbed the obelisk, you fell. What did you learn from this experience? I saw the portal. Saw nothing special. The path of the fall, so gravity is still strong here. I saw the portal, but it vanished when the obelisk fell. Yes, and from this we understand that we cannot attain that height again. The portal exists only in our memories. Okay, I do remember this. Alright, farewell. Ooh, should we go talk to these two guys? See what they have to say? Hey guys, I shut the endless gate and killed most of your friends. Yep, that's right. That's exactly right. Let's go talk to the various people up on top quick. Fine. I feel like someone should be more interested that we, killed off the head of this cult. I mean, come on. I don't think Persia's going to have anything to say, because that's not her deal. Nope. Let's come chat with... I've forgotten your name, I'm sorry. Solana. Let's see what she has to say. I don't think that anyone's going to say anything new. Yep, farewell. All good. Nothing new. Seriously, dudes. Okay. Oh, we do have this Numenera that I'd like to go poke at again. That might be interesting.
Yes.
Let's go do that.
Now.
Maybe I should poke a Demon Cat again, too, quick. Monster Cat might have something interesting. Well, we'll check that out in a minute.
On it.
I doubt something like that would have changed significantly. And of course, our good friend Tantalum.
Let's go.
Right, the crystal remains the same as the last time you saw it. Huh. Through Iniferi's eyes, you watch as he staggers across the broken land beyond the Valley of Dead Heroes. Already he is being trailed by the children, Scavros that will never be shaken. His feet hurt. He's become soft from hiding behind the gate. There are gashes in his calves from where he slipped against shale. His breath is short and his head is spinning. But with a glance at the children behind him, he presses on. You cannot know what passes through his mind. This is no mare. Whether it is stubbornness that drives him, or fear, or hope, or an effort to draw his bloodthirsty pack away from the valley. Perhaps it is all of these things, but what is inside the man lies hidden, just as the end of his journey is hidden, perhaps even to him. Wow! So instead of seeing the poor scary stuff that happened to Choi and whatever, now he's gone somewhere else. That's interesting. Well, dude, you kind of got dealt a really bad hand, so honestly, good luck. I hope that at the end, you're able to find some peace, some requiem. Our friend Tantalum. Should I go and read a whole bunch of tombs? I don't think I've read 28. I may click around a few more. They were sort of funny. I do want to come check the teleporter anyway and make sure that we've gone to all the locations that we have numbers for. Because although I have most of these written down, it's kind of nice that in that one menu they have everything listed so that we can just go take a look.
On my way.
So we'll go do that quick. Okay, a location we already know. Okay, we've been to the first cast-off, we've been to Choi, we've been to Ronos Kaisul, we've been to the gate, press some other code, walk away randomly. Okay, that's nothing new and interesting, and I've already talked to all you folks. Do you guys have anything new to say? No. Luanglos? No. Narve, you managed to kill your so-called friend and compatriot yet? No. Okay, well... It's a little disappointing. I feel like...
Yes.
There should be more tombs that we could have gone to. Let's just push one or two randomly. And then we'll continue on our way. I guess the only idea that I have open to me at the moment is using the Marecaster.
I'm going.
Iron Yuri. These things are kind of neat. Leaf the Red. Ha, that's funny. I get it. I wonder if you were a backer, how long it takes you to find your name, or if they give it to you. Okay, one more, then we're done. Oh, that's right, yeah, the arrow takes us to an adjacent one. That's good. This feels like this has been a very short zone. I mean, granted, I did, Oh! Interesting. Again, you meet the strange humanoid calling itself Silver. It seems different, though. Upset. More tombs, more tantalum, more searching. Frustration boils under its calm tones. Must search, must know. It turns and methodically bangs its head into the wall of the tomb. Must. Are you alright, Silver? A seeker, a curse, a question seeking an answer, driven to find it. What are you talking about? A man torn in time and knowledge. A man? Yes. Not a construct, not a shell. A mind in a shell. Are you saying you're under some kind of curse? Trouble, air, dust, knowledge, despair. Silver twitches and jerks. Epiphanies do not reveal themselves. No moments of inspiration. A single oily droplet oozes from its foreheads. But I must continue. This is weird. Did Tantalum do something to you? He is the sender, the giver, the mortal who knows secrets. He sends quests. Silver seems disoriented, jerking around as though someone controls his movements. He holds up his hand. No, stop. Questions too much. Compulsion rises. Must find new tomb. He clutches his hands to his head. Trapped in numbers. Trapped in prime form. Rolling through differentials, imaginary in substance. Must find tomb. He stops and draws himself together. His voice has changed, becoming flat and emotionless. I must go. Do you need some help, buddy? I do not require aid. Silver pushes you aside and marches away. Well, that was weird. Will he keep showing up if I kind of click through some more of these?
All right.
I wonder, by the way, if examining the tombs means just clicking on them, or just hitting the button and teleporting to a different, I don't know, hex cell?
Yes.
For those who are nothing, the end is nothing. Live life, embrace death, and find your adventure. Nemo Sum. Let's
go.
just hit a few of these randomly. I'll just click on them more and more again without actually walking back to look at the things. Let's see if we can find Silver again. That was really weird. If he doesn't show up in a few... Did I randomly end up here, or did I click the wrong one? Ah, I'm bad at this. randomly. There we go. Also, what are the odds... Oh, those are neat looking. What are the odds we ran into him in this enormous array? Run into him twice. That's really strange. I mean, even if he's staying in exactly the same spot? I don't know. Yeah, I just feel like back in the original city where we started, we had a purpose. We had tons of kind of interweaving quests and stuff here. I'm kind of worried that I've... Ah, shoot, I hit it again. I'm kind of worried that I missed a whole bunch of important stuff somehow. Okay, well, let's take a minute and rest, since we can do that now without anything bad happening. I'm gonna rest here now. Of course, I will watch over you as you do.
That's more like it.
Much obliged.
Yes.
One or two more, just to see if he shows up in some kind of schedule. And Tantalum didn't have anything to say. I guess we could go and tell him how many tombs we visited, or lie to him. We should have some good skills in deception. I haven't used my flex skill for the day, so I could use that. I still wish I knew how to activate Tigers. I should probably go back to one of my early episodes and try to figure out how I did that. Or maybe I didn't, and I'm just remembering incorrectly. Ooh, what's that? Neat. Okay, last one. As fun as this is, I'm running out of things to talk about, so... Off we go. Well, let's talk to our friend Tantalum real quick. Decide if we're going to lie to him about how many tombs we've seen. And then, I don't know.
Yes.
I'm out of people to talk to, so I guess we'll flip on the Mirrorcaster and see what exciting adventure awaits us. Our only experience with the Mirrorcaster wasn't completely positive, and given that this one is odd and twisted, I don't see anything good coming out of it. But, whatever. Here we are. So, if we talk about something else... Ah, here we go. I met Silver. He said he knew you. Ah, and how was that delightful creature? How has it been doing on its particular task? Silver was acting strange the last time I saw him. He shrugs. Silver is a strange creature. Maybe he's getting closer to his answer. What is Silver? What kind of creature? A human, I suspect, although in a strange shape. He smiles to himself. A strange shape indeed. What answer is Silver looking for? Oh, that's for him to decide, but I imagine it's not an answer he seeks. More like he's seeking himself, or itself if you prefer. Should we say that Hero said you're a fraud? See, if I'm looking for a specific tomb, does he have any... Okay, I don't really keep track of most of the tombs. And like I said before, my memory isn't what it used to be. But let me guarantee this, you explore those tombs, you're bound to find what you need. So I met a man named Hero. He said that you're a fraud. Did he? That's a pity. I was going to mention him to you, and tell you not to follow his path. He leans in closer. Hero's not dedicated. He doesn't have the ability to stay the course. I'm sure you will, though. No? Alright. Okay. Well. Nothing bad has ever come of activating a twisted metal Mirrorcaster. Let's go ahead and use it. Well, at least I think that when we're in a Mirrorcaster, nothing bad can happen to us. So, I guess we'll find out. Oh, someone has twisted this Mirrorcaster out of alignment. It would be impossible guesswork to put it into a proper state again. Well, that's disappointing. Oh. Huh. Well, that sucks.
Yes.
There's not anyone here that would have been useful. Oh no, I wonder if we would have needed to talk to Inifre. Oh.
That's something I could do.
Because that was at the entrance of the gate. I bet I had to pick that up first.
Let's go.
That is really tragic. Did I finish
Let's go.
poking at this? Well, alright, you know, we made the choices we made. But still,
Ready.
I wish I'd seen that on the way in. Drink the water from the pool? Isn't this acidic? What's the worst that could happen? Besides 5 damage. The water is slippery and tastes like soap. It constricts your throat so much that it's hard to swallow. It burns on the way down. Alright, real clever there. Well, I am out of ideas. Because the only thing we have to do now is to go to Mile of Est. But I wonder if that's going to leave this quest behind us then. I'm not liking this.
Yes.
Boy, I sincerely hope that it wasn't the Mirrorcaster that let me finish up Eridus's poor thing.
Yes.
And now that I've apparently passed the point, well, possibly, past the point where I can use it. Well, alright.
Yes.
We're basically out of things to do. I've talked to everyone. And besides Eridus, I don't have any particular ideas. Well, Mile of Est is going to be full
All
of, you know, cast-offs. Some of them must have been doctors. Yes. I mean, if we're leaving here, I feel like I've done some good. We got rid of the scary cult that was killing everyone and left these memorialists to their odd but fairly innocuous pastime of finding graves and adopting them as their own.
All right.
The mural is a memorial to the first cast-off and a gateway to another place. Put your forehead against the door like you saw the first doing in your memory. You lay your hands on the cold stone as the first cast-off once did, and press your forehead against the mural. The skin around your tattoo crawls and then burns, but even with your eyes clenched shut, you feel the air of the tomb stirring. Ooh. Seems
I am
legit.
the very soul of action.
Just want to get a better look at this. Cool. Well, off we go. Okay, I didn't get a warning, so we should have the ability to come back. Good. Good, good. This is pretty.
I'll remember that.
Wow. Look at this place. Ah, Pajrakan. This woman is dressed in a functional glaive's clothing. Her hair is short, and her face is muscular and tense. You realize her instantly from Tash's mare, Pajrakan. She chews on the inside of her cheek before she speaks. Must admit, I'm surprised you made it in. You realize that by breaking open the portal lock, you've made our sanctuary more vulnerable to the sorrow? But you probably don't care about the result of your actions, do you? Complain, complain. Your blundering pales besides the crimes of our creator, of course. I'm heading out to stop more of them. What did you mean when you said I've made it more vulnerable? There are rumors that the sorrow activity has increased recently. I don't buy the stories, but many of them do. She points a thumb behind her to the other cast-offs. Your brothers and sisters, your family. Even if the sorrow isn't more active, it's still active, and they came here to be safe. She sighs. I can feel your tides. I know you believe you're doing the right thing, but let me tell you this. Sometimes blindly rushing in to help people does more harm than good. The portal was sealed for a reason. Have some empathy. You're kind of a wench. I do have some important information to share. Not with me. I'm not interested in what you have to say, frankly, and I have a great deal of work waiting for me. If you want to express your delight in your new life or share a moment of happy fraternity with your siblings, I suggest you go talk to Adiris. She'll give you the validation you seem to require. Okay, yeah, I ran into Berkel. She said that she had a message for you but couldn't get in. Well, how very useful of you. Next time I want someone informed that I have a message for them but cannot send it, I know just who I'll come to. She gives you the most patronizing smile you've ever seen. It's like she's practiced. Mm-hmm. So I saw what you did in Colne Village. Oh, Makina told you? What a surprise. She's generally so quiet about her feelings. She adjusts her sword belt. Colne was a pity, a tragedy, but it had to happen that way. I've been a warrior for most of my centuries. I know about making sacrifices in service of a higher ordeal. I've stopped losing sleep over them. Live long enough, and you'll understand. It had to happen that way? What about letting the villagers survive? Do you realize what we lost that night? Do you realize what we gained? You weren't there. You've never even met me before, but you think to judge my actions of 200 years ago? The stakes here are more important than a few monsters. We're fighting for our survival, you damned infant, and I won't let you moralize at me while I'm trying to save your life. I don't really care where you're going, but where are you headed to? Now, back to the endless battle. I've been leading our side against the forces of the coward since before the first died. Her jaw tenses. Before you ask, my side, the side of the first, we're in a struggle to survive, to protect ourselves against our father's plan. The other side, they want him to win. You want more details? Get them from someone else. I've got a war to fight. Do you know where I can find Mazov? Her eyes narrow. No one has seen Mazov in over a decade. Adiris might know where he is. Talk to her. Her voice softens. Adiris might be the best of us. Treat her well, or I'll make sure you pay in blood and pain. Alright, well, don't let me keep you here. I have one more thing to say to you, and I want you to mark it carefully. The changing god, the coward, intends to kill us all. If you meet him, don't trust him. He's going to ruin us as surely as the sorrow. She turns and strides away. I'd wish you success, but... That's an interesting thing. Two things here. First of all, that he intends to kill us, and I think I understand that. I think we'd mused it a little earlier about maybe the resonance chamber will collapse probability or something. I'm not sure that would make the sorrow care. I wonder if the sorrow is a side effect of whatever technology or whatever that he's using to keep creating these serial consciousnesses. And so perhaps he's willing to collapse them all back together to undo the serial consciousness bit and then in the process remove the sorrow? I'm not sure. And a couple episodes ago I whined that we haven't met him. So this is great. This suggests that maybe we'll get to meet him. This is going to be such fun. Aren't you a cheerful person? More teleporters. Ooh! Neat! That's super cool. The air around this teleport pad is hot and smells of sulfur. You can't seem to see how to make it function, however. The air above this teleport pad is musty and smells like the entrails of some dead beast. It's unclear how Paj made it work, because it's not functioning for you. There are traces of sand on this teleport pad, and it's far warmer than the sanctuary's temperature. It smells of seawater and bone. It's not active right now. Is this a teleport hub? Would this send us to... Well, no, we've got one to the tombs. This might be back to Sagas Cliffs. I don't know what these would be. Maybe this would be the bloom. Ah, neat.
Yes.
Okay, I've got 2 levels up to do here. But I'm trying to fit some action in so that it looks like we've got some exciting stuff happening for once. Wow, this is pretty. Very nice. These machines draw power from somewhere underground, using it to generate the shields that color the sky. There are several of them around the sanctuary. Oh, that's what this is.
Let's go all. You and me.
something I can touch? The passageways of this structure are much too small for a human to enter. Thick flora blocks your view of what lies inside.
Below. Above. Sideways.
Just walking around to take a look at this all.
To action.
Wow. There's going to be a lot going on here.
Action. Here I come.
Huh. Look at all these things. This place is neat looking.
Here comes the Boredom Slayer.
I should have done this right when I started Saga's Cliffs, was just kind of walk around. Because there are all sorts of places that I didn't realize that I could have visited.
Here I come.
So I just want to sort of trace and reveal all the fog and make sure there's not an exit or something that I'm missing. One would have a fantastic view of the plateau from the building on this verdant crag. This all seems extremely familiar. Yup, this is where we were standing in that memory.
If you want a job done right.
Yep. This building contains living quarters, presumably for cast-offs who make a semi-permanent home here. The doors to the structure are locked at the moment. Alright, fair enough. I'm not going to touch things that are touchable quite yet. I'm just going to look at things that are
Fine.
lookable. It's not a great way to phrase that. It's the tip of some much larger machine, perhaps whatever's powering the shield generators around the sanctuary. It hums softly, almost musically. Yeah, and then with these things in the middle. Cool.
If you're sure it's safe.
Okay, so who do we start with? We have a lot of options here. Cast off. Lady Ash. Here it goes. Adiris.
Remember that.
Even among all your siblings in Mile of Vest, this woman is remarkably beautiful. Clad in a robe of myriad colors, she carries herself with a distinct grace and ease. Her skin is dark brown, her hair a rippling midnight black. Her violet eyes blaze momentarily as you approach, and she holds up her hand. Her voice is musical and sweet. You are most welcome here, brother. I am Adiris. I am the peacekeeper of Mile of Vest. Word of your birth and exploits has reached us here already, she smiles. News travels fast in this cast-off world, as I'm sure you've already seen. I know your desire to speak to Mazov. I've even heard a rumor that you can alter the past, that you restored Metkina? This is strange to me, for I have two memories on the subject. One in which Metkina is whole, as we all know her now, and another in which her mind is incomplete. She laughs. Perhaps my mind is the one that's incomplete. That's interesting. So because we changed things, now she actually remembers things differently. This reminds me a lot of Drawing of the Three. That's really interesting. And the one as which she's whole is now the consensus reality. Okay, cool. I do have a Mirrorcaster here in which Mazov is said to appear, but he is a friend to me, as are all our family eventually, and I do not wish to expose him to danger. She shakes her head and smiles slightly. I must apologize. I do not mean to be rude, but if there is any chance it is true, I have some limited psychic ability. If you would permit me, I would examine your mind to get at the truth of these rumors about your powers. I don't want you poking in my head, to be perfectly honest. Even a little. I'm gonna decline. You don't need to probe my mind. It's the truth. I can change reality by using Mirrorcasters. Adiris gives you a smile that on anyone else would be patronizing, but on her looks genuinely sympathetic. I hope you will understand that our kind especially enjoys embellishing the truth. I won't be satisfied until I see for myself. She puts a hand on her hip. I would never do such a thing without your permission, of course, but examining your mind is the only way I can be certain. Let me ask a couple other questions first. Of course, you must have many. Ah, here we go! Yes! My companion Eridus has demons in his mind. Do you know of any healers that can help him? Her gaze moves to Eridus. Oddly, he's silent. Silent, sober, and looking at you. That is unusual for Eridus. Adiris turns back to you. No, The only cast-off healers I know are elsewhere, tending to those who can actually be injured. My apologies. So where is Mazov? You mean physically? That I do not know. He was captured by the Gibra of Marjolios several years ago, a prisoner for their menagerie. Their menagerie? But no one knows what became of him afterwards. The Mirrorcaster is your best hope of finding him, but I cannot let you access it until I know the true extent of your abilities. Alright, that's fair enough, although we're going to hold off on that for the moment. So I'd like to ask you some questions about, well, cast-offs, and all that entails. Oh, geez. Okay. So what can you tell me about the cast-offs here? Adira spreads her hands in regret. Ordinarily we see more activity here, and we would perhaps have prepared a homecoming for you. But rumor has convinced many that the Sorrow has been more active of late. To ease their minds, I offered a vote to close the portals into the sanctuary. But I digress. The current guests include the Chalcedon, Lady Ansh, Elkshi, Adernus Rima, Melmoth. I'm going to come back and take a look at these names. And I suppose you've just missed my friend Paj. The Chalcedon commands our creator's forces in the endless battle. He's a true believer, a tightly wound man, but brilliant. Lady Ansh brings her trinkets from all over her mercantile empire. Poor Elkshai has been badly treated by the world. Perhaps you could have a word or two with him. Of course. Andronas is, well, his best quality is that he's loyal to Paj. Perhaps I should say to the memories of the first? But he's also volatile and argumentative, and he's devoted his centuries to fighting. You'll likely find him sparring verbally with Rema, whose dedication to the ideals of our sire is the equal of his. She smiles a bit. And then my friend Melmoth, the leader of the Dendro O'Hur. He's quite a charmer. Speak to him. You'll see. I rather liked him. I rather liked the people of the Dendro O'Hur that I met. So what can you tell me about the cast-offs who aren't here? A small frown creases her mouth, a minute wrinkle in her brow. Our Creator chose to live a bountiful life, and has brought hundreds into the world. He has explored many forms, shapes, and sizes, and he has led some of our kin through time-twisting loops. I do not know all their names, but I hope that I might one day befriend them, even those who have been twisted into savagery. Even if I knew them all, I would not divulge their secrets, just as I would not divulge yours. She smiles gently to take the sting from the rebuke. That's okay. That's legit. So, what can you tell me about the Sorrow? I know little. Nothing about where it came from, nor its purpose, nor its true desires, apart from seeing us all dead. She closes her eyes. None of us do, although some of us have devoted centuries to trying to understand it. Indeed, the creation of Maya Leveste was intended for that purpose. But the first and changing god grew complacent, and then they grew possessive, and then the endless battle. She sighs and opens her eyes. Sometimes I feel that the Sorrow must hunt us because so many of us are so very disagreeable. So this whole place was dedicated to studying and trying to understand the Sorrow. That's interesting. I wonder if I'll find something that will, some tech that'll let me poke at it. But in truth, I believe the Sorrow hunts us because of something to do with the tides. Our unique powers, tied to the tides, must summon it. I have not seen the Sorrow track other living beings, nor heard of it in any context but the cast-off situation. It must be the tides. Interesting! That's a very interesting thing for you to say. That's kind of parallel to what I was just musing a few minutes ago. That's very interesting. Okay, I'm going to take a break from this conversation. We're going to make a cut. I'm going to go grab a drink, and then we will continue our journey. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.